Welcome, sir.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, a little sore today.
Yeah? Oh, the second shot?
Yeah, where'd it go here?
The second
Yeah,
shot today?
yeah,
But what kind you got?
Moderna.
Modern. Okay. I
What kind
got
did I get? Did you get? Yeah.
I get got is past.
All right. But you're asking the question, did get.
Did get
Did
or
you get? What kind did you get?
what kind did you get?
And
Yeah.
I answer, I got.
Okay.
So let's remember now, in the question, in the present, we say, do you? Do you like? In the past, did you? Did you
Yeah.
like? Did
Yeah,
you
yeah.
receive? Did you get? What kind
Yeah.
did you receive? Or
Okay.
did
Are you okay?
Yeah, a little sore.
Yeah.
I felt it. It was, you know what? It feels like somebody punched me. That's okay.
No, no, but the first day I'm stay okay. The problem is from the night at the
I know.
second day. But it maybe my
But
wife, she's stay okay for both.
yeah, Cheryl was okay too. Yeah, I had this at 11 o'clock today. So, but even driving, I was just like, ooh, a little sore.
Yeah. Put
I will
put the
see.
put the ice.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'll have to do that after for dinner. But I'm happy. Now tomorrow I might not be able to play my drums. We'll see. Although last time I did, I went right
Okay.
away.
Depend from the person to the other person.
So before we go into the actual class, did you listen to the news today for the court?
Yeah, I
How
listen.
do you feel now that it's the verdict is guilty for all three counts?
But in my opinion, this is I'm not surprised because what 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 else other way? The man is guilty. Stop.
Right. The video was very clear, and it's very
Yeah, yeah.
sad that not only to me it's very sad that not only was the man dead, but then he continued with his knee on him for almost 3 more minutes, more than 2 more minutes
I
after he stopped breathing.
I don't understand. Okay, my opinion is the Floyd is in the is no regular man. Is the criminal for
Right.
his past. Okay, but you are the policeman, no? You
Yeah.
you you are you you must follow the rules
Hmm.
for taking the criminal.
Yeah.
And I don't know what passed inside the mind of this stupid policeman. I don't know.
I learned something interesting. The I believe it's the mother of George Floyd was the policeman's teacher, like in elementary school or at some point in his life. That is very ironic, very strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, to actually, I guess because the town maybe is, well, Minneapolis isn't small, but I don't know. I just pray for peace tonight everywhere. I'm
Yeah,
sure it will
but
be.
and the peace started in this country after the the people no cannot buy more the guns.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the first problem of this country.
What are the laws for guns in Italy?
Okay,
Is it easy to buy or difficult?
no,
What do you
no,
need?
no. In Italy isn't easy by the. You need before follow the course, the lesson, but it's not for all. And this is the first thing. You can ask the license if you are working in the security, the police, but on over for sport. You understand? For sport. Example, I have the license for sport, but I cannot walking or
Walk around, yeah.
or have my gun in my car because I finish in the jail. Okay,
Yeah.
this is the first thing. The second thing is here the people can buy the simple guns and the war guns, the automatic guns.
Yeah.
The automatic guns is very dangerous because if you one gun, maybe you can kill 2 people. But the
Yep.
automatic guns, you can kill 20, 30 people.
I
Okay.
agree.
In Italy, you cannot buy the automatic guns. The automatic
Okay,
guns is only for the military and for the police. That's it.
sure. And that makes sense. I mean, the fear is that if the police only have the guns, that's never going to be the situation. The citizens will always have some guns, but they don't need automatic guns. No.
But this is a stay in the chart of American government. I don't remember. Is it the first or
Well,
the fourth?
there is still debate on whether the right to a well-regulated militia means that everybody can have guns, because I was reading that when they were writing the Constitution, you have to remember who were the people that were writing this. They, in many cases, were owners of slaves.
Yeah,
And the militia is the original neighborhood police to keep the slaves from escaping. So if somebody saw the slaves escape, all the people could go and shoot the slaves or capture the slaves.
Yeah.
We don't live that way anymore.
Yeah. But how many here pass?
Yeah,
From
250 years later. I mean,
I can't believe. I can't believe. I don't understand. I don't know. But here, when I went in this country, I know a new situation. Example about this problem for the gun. Maybe in New York, this problem is no power. But when I stay in Florida is all people have the guns because
wow.
you can buy in the Walmart wherever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the strange
yeah.
part, that it's
And
not the same from state to state.
but the my best surprise when
Was
I
when
come was come is the problem about the racism.
the which?
The racism.
What is that?
Racismo,
Oh, racism.
racism.
Okay.
Because in Europe, is not strong same here.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, Europe, because the borders from country to country are more like for us from state to state. But yeah, we have our racism is such a big
Yeah,
problem here.
but the result is far for resolve, because the other part, example, the Black Lives Matter, this is no right way for resolve the situation, because the people stay always against. Okay, now in this time, the people think, okay, now I put 1 point for the past. Now start again.
Mhm.
And you resolve. But if you, oh, you make this one time, me, no, you, no finish more.
Well, we're going to see. Hopefully, this will help make some change, but it's not going to stop all racism.
But the racism now is in both part.
Yes,
This is the problem.
we call it reverse racism.
Eh,
You know, that a race that is normally the prejudices to them, then they have an equal or a different prejudice against the white people, and it's
the fanatism, the fanatic is the problem for all world, in the religion, in the politician, for all.
no, you're right. Fanaticism is not being sharing, not equal, not fair, not yeah. So
Okay,
we're gonna do this today.
today,
We're we're moving forward here.
yeah,
You understand the concepts. There are a few things that I need to work with you, and maybe they will change, maybe they won't. And I'm going to use an example. Today, when I went shopping in a flea market, it's a place that I went last year, and I know one owner. She is Hispanic, and her daughter lives here. All right. So her daughter was, I'm not positive if her daughter was born here, but her daughter is maybe 25 years old. So minimum 20 years here. All right. Now, I'm very comfortable that she and her mom speak Spanish to each other. That's her mom. Your son speaks Italian to you, right? Now, that's good because then you have two languages. But her daughter went to the American schools, I'm not sure how many years, but she was saying to me, she showed me a t-shirt, and I said, oh, no, it's too small. And she said, oh, you need one more big instead of saying bigger.
bigger.
And I thought, oh my gosh, you live in America for 20 years and you're saying more big. So we need to work on the one syllable, the bigger, the nicer, the thinner, the quieter if it's an exception. The only other thing is really working with did and knowing when to use ed, for the past. And a lot of that comes with practice. It's simply a matter of practice. Like we started the conversation today. Did you get the vaccine? Yes, I did.
Okay.
So we have to remember to use the do and the does for the question.
Yeah. Now you need waiting 2 weeks for the benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will be home in 2 weeks, so we will be home. But yeah, we're gonna be at a drum circle May 9th, I think. So yeah, it'll be 2 weeks. I think Saturday will make, yeah, it's gonna be like 2 weeks and a few days.
Okay.
All right, so let's jump here. We're going to do a screen share, and I am going to pull up for us our adverbs. So chapter 8, page 71.
Okay, sorry, one moment.
Take your time.
Okay, I'm ready, sorry.
Okay, so in this chapter, we are going to discuss the purpose of adverbs. And once we do that, then we will also learn that we can make comparison the same way we did with an adjective. Now, there are different kinds of adverbs. Earlier, maybe 3 months ago, we talked about adverbs of frequency. So the adverbs of frequency were things like never, sometimes, always.
Always.
So they tell you how often, how frequent. So some people never go to church. Some people always pray every night. The adverb tells us how the verb is. So a simple verb could be run. But if I say the man is running or the man ran in the past, we don't know if he was running fast. We don't know if he was running slowly. So the idea of the adverb is to tell us things about the verb. It could be, in many cases, the speed, the extent.
Slow, yeah.
But it doesn't have to be the frequency. So when we get to comparative, you're going to see in a minute. And then the agent noun is a fancy way of saying a noun that is strongly identical to the verb. And so some examples are the verb tells you what the person is, or the person's title will tell you what they do. For example, I am a teacher, I teach. So let's look at some examples of an agent noun. Okay, so here we have a picture of a person who's in the theater.
Actor.
So they are an actor, and what they do is they act. A dancer dances. A driver drives, maybe drives a car, drives a taxi, drives a bus, drives a truck. A painter paints. Yesterday, I was a painter. I was painting sheetrock. In sports and all the games and music, we use the word player. Now, player by itself doesn't tell you what happens. So you will use an adjective to describe it, a soccer player. Even though soccer is a game and therefore a name or a noun, it's used as an adjective when you connect it. Soccer player, baseball player, tennis player. We will also use it for music, guitar player. We won't use it for all of them. We don't say drum player. we just say drummer. But a drummer drums. A drummer is still using the same base for the verb, drum. A runner runs. A singer sings. A skier is the name for the person who skis. Teacher is the name for the person that teaches. But notice it doesn't work all the time with every noun-verb combination. If I say that this man is a professor, I would still say he teaches or he lectures. He doesn't profess. So it isn't always perfect. A dancer dances, but I could also call this woman here a ballerina. Does she ballet? Ballet isn't used as a verb, but she dances ballet style. She performs in a ballet. She's a ballerina. So there can be similarities, but it's not always a perfect connection. Let's go to number 10. This woman is a translator. Her job is to translate professionally. And a worker works. If they don't work, they get fired, right? So it could be a factory worker, could be a maintenance worker, any job where you are a worker. You have a boss. All right, so pronunciation: actor,
Actor, dancer,
Go ahead.
driver,
Mhm.
painter, player, runner, singer, skier, teacher, translator, worker.
Very good. Notice that the ending is typically ER, but sometimes it is OR. So translator and actor use OR. Now, I don't know in Italian, how do you say worker in Italian?
Lavoratore.
Okay. Trabajador in
Yeah.
Spanish, and trabajo is work or job. So
In Italian, same. Use in the Finnish, you use ER. In Italia, inverse, RE. Lavoratore.
Yep. The RE is RER. Okay, I gotcha.
Calciatore, pittore.
Professore.
Professore. Yeah, it's
Very
strange,
good.
but it's always ER.
Oh, yeah, you're teaching me some good Italian here. All right, so let's take a look now, and we're going to introduce a collection of adverbs that are made from an adjective. This will not work with all adjectives. I'm not going to use it, for example, for colors. I'm not going to say red, redly, yellow, yellowly, brownly. No, it doesn't work. But it works for action verbs very well. So when we see the word slow, what things do you think of are slow? Give me an example of something that is slow.
Slow is the turtle.
Okay,
Slow.
the turtle is a good example. So the turtle, any animal or insect that is not fast, we probably would say is slow. So that's a good example. So then we can describe how they move by adding ly. Mente in Italian and Spanish.
But I need a sample, no? With the turtle. I created the phrases. Okay. The turtle and walking slowly.
Correct.
Okay, because I needed the verb before.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So, and we're going to look at where do you place the adverb. Most commonly, it is going to be after the verb. The adverb is going to be after the verb. Sorry, I said that wrong. So the turtle moves slowly.
Okay, moves. Yeah, moves. I say walk.
Moves, or I
Walking.
guess you might say crawls, walks.
Walk.
Walks.
Walk says no correct.
You know why? Because we think of walk for 2 legs, not 4 legs. But the dog does walk. You walk the dog, I guess.
I don't know.
But because it is so slow, we might say crawl or another verb. But we'll use walk is fine. All right, so careless would be the person. You observe their actions. They make mistakes. Maybe if they are at the table, they don't put the top on, they knock it over, the water goes on the floor. So the action, what they do it carelessly.
Careless.
They're a careless person.
Carelessly.
Their actions are careless, but the actual verb gets attached to the adverb carelessly. Which means that we also have opposite adjectives. So the opposite of careless is careful.
Careful.
And I love this. We have less meaning menos, right?
Yeah.
And full meaning
Pieno.
complete, right?
Yeah, complete.
So carefully. So when you open the door in the oven, open the door carefully, or the hot air can burn you. Graceful. Do we know this word?
Graceful.
Gracioso.
Graceful.
Graciosamente.
Yeah, gracioso.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we generally refer to the movements of people. For example, as a dancer, the ballerina is a graceful person. You don't really see ballerinas running on the stage. For the most part, the action is soft.
Yeah.
All right, now here are our exceptions. Fast is the same as an adjective and an adverb. A fast runner runs fast. We could say quickly, but fast, we do not say fastly. That word does not exist. For the next example, however, the same idea, hard and hard, we don't add the ly as an adverb, because if we do, it makes a different word. So if you were to try to use hardly, it means not much at all, apenas. Similar in Italian, right?
Yeah.
Spanish and Italian, appena.
Appena.
So if I said, how did you sleep last night? Oh, bad dreams. I couldn't sleep. I hardly slept, maybe 2 hours. Hardly slept is not much at all. The most common adverb that gets lost is the adverb well. Good and well. You do a good job. You studied hard. You did well on the exam. We don't say you did good. You will hear it. Unfortunately, you are hearing it more and more, but it is incorrect. And because it is starting to show up in music, and in some cases on television, people will copy and think it is okay, which will eventually change the language. The only other time that we might confuse these two is when we're talking about certain verbs like feel. I don't feel well. My stomach doesn't feel good. So you might use that when you talk about health. And in fact, we're going to learn that when you do a comparison, this changes to better, just like good goes to better. I didn't do well on my exam. I had to study. I studied every day for 1 week. When I took the exam later, I did better on the exam. I studied hard. I did better. So we don't say I hardly studied. That means you didn't study. So let's look at this example, this page. What they're doing here is they're using what I call the letter X. The driver and drive make the first part of the X. And the careless and carelessly make the second part of the X. Careless, carelessly, driver, driver drives. So you can use them back and forth, but we just have to remember when it is an adverb and when we are using the adjective. All right, our first example here. I think he's a careless driver. All right. So careless, being an adjective, is going to come before the noun. Driver being the noun, and in this case, it's a person. Careless is describing this person, maybe not in all parts of their life, but as a driver. And this does not have to mean professional driver, like a taxi driver. Everybody who has a car, when they get in the car, they are the driver. The person who sits next to them, what do we call the person in the car who is not driving?
Passenger.
Passenger. Very good. So you have the driver and the passenger. Hopefully you are not a backseat driver. Do you have that expression in Italian?
Passeggero dietro.
Right. They're trying to tell you, go here, slow down. What happened if somebody is in the car with me? And sometimes, you get to a traffic light and you stop quickly, but they try to stop. And I say, I'm sorry, the brake doesn't work on that side. Make them crazy. All right. Here we go. So a careful worker, I think she's a careful worker.
I agree. She works very carefully.
So we have descuidado here. We have cuidosamente.
Cuidado. Oh my God.
Carefully.
Sorry, yeah.
Go ahead and look it up.
Accuratamente.
Okay.
Before
accurately.
Yeah. Before I don't speak English. I didn't speak English very well, but I speak Italian good. Now
speak Italian very well.
Now I didn't now I don't speak English very well. I don't speak Italian very well.
You are losing Italian, but
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
gaining some.
it's true.
All right, well, that's okay. All right, in the second example, remember that I said when we say player,
Yeah,
we don't always know what kind. Here's an example with the game. So chess player, we don't
chess.
separate.
Yeah,
The adverb
slow.
or the adjective will then go before that. A slow chess player. I think he's a slow chess player.
I agree. He
So we have the verb. He plays.
plays.
What does he play?
Plays.
He plays.
I repeat the chess. Okay.
Yep.
He before chess, he chess plays or plays chess.
No, it goes after. He plays chess.
Okay,
slowly.
he plays chess slowly.
Or very slowly, either one. So he plays chess very slowly.
Okay.
He plays baseball. He plays
okay.
soccer very quickly.
I can use a very yes or no. It's same.
Yeah, your option.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
But very is actually an adverb. It's an adverb to modify.
Okay. Very
more extreme.
Very slowly.
All right, number 3, we have a graceful dancer. I think she's a graceful dancer.
I agree. She dance very gracefully.
Okay, she dances.
Dance.
Right.
Dance.
So all we need to do is change the R
dances.
to an S.
Yeah, dances.
For the third person.
No, I put S, but I displayed, but yeah, I dances.
All right, now gracefully and carefully, the words that have fully, when we add the ly, it's okay. We have double L.
Double L. Yeah.
All right, I think they are good actors.
I agree, and they act.
Okay, they act.
And well.
Very well.
Very well.
Very well. Okay, they act well. That's fine. All right, so here we had careless. We're going to do it again. He's a careless skier.
And I agree. And he skis very carelessly.
Yep, carelessly. Okay. All right, number 6. I think she's a fast runner.
And I agree. She runs very fastly.
No, we learned that word doesn't exist.
Oh, yeah, fast.
So these two don't change.
Yeah, fast.
So she runs very fast.
Fast.
Now, if we said quick, that does change quickly.
Yeah.
But fast does not. So the good news is those are 2 exceptions. I believe there is 1 or 2 more, but not common. All right, I think she's a beautiful singer.
I agree. She sings very beautifully.
Yep.
Okay.
Last night we were watching America's Got Talent, and they all sing very beautifully. It's the top 10, you know, the best of the best. All right, bad painters.
I agree. They paints very badly.
Right. So that is correct. They paint badly. And if you look at the two of them and one is a little better, then you would say the other paints worse. So
Oh,
just like you might say he paints better, he paints worse. So that is when we use it as an adverb and as a comparative, which we will do in the next chapter. Then they keep the same as the adjective.
paints works. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the same will be true for number 9. Okay, so I think he's a good teacher.
Yeah, I agree. He teach. He
Teaches.
te, teaches. He teaches very well.
All right. So let's make sure that we hear the S, even though we pronounce it, it is a Z sound. Teaches.
Teaches.
All right, she's a very hard worker.
And I agree. She works very hard.
Good. Now, because I worked in construction and home improvement for more than 20 years,
Maybe he's
we have a
carpenter.
joke.
Yeah.
A carpenter, right? So we have a joke for that. We say, "Are you working hard or hardly working?" If you're working hard, you must be the boss, right? No, you're the laborers. But if you're hardly working, you're the boss in the back office drinking the coffee. You don't work much, only push the paper. So hardly working is not good, is negative. Maybe you're retired.
Yeah.
I, accurate translator. She is an accurate translator.
And I agree. She translates and very accurately.
Accurately, that's correct. Very accurately.
Accurately.
Now, in Spanish, that's precisamente.
In Italia, precisamente o accuratamente.
Yeah. They're synonyms.
Yes.
All right, now we have another player, in this case, card player.
Card player. Okay.
And we're going to do it for both of them. They are dishonest card players. So I agree.
Oh, I agree. They plays card very dishonestly.
Good. Deshonestamente.
Yeah.
And as you see right here is a hidden card, not so hidden.
Yeah.
So,
and the other have the card in the top.
Somewhere, yeah. All right. Just like we've used should you buy this one or buy that one, we can use should for the actions, for the verbs. So to start with, we're going to do our first set of comparisons looking at what we need to change for the option. Fast changes to faster. Fast. Immediately, ER is an option. We don't say more fast. The turtle should walk more fast. No, that is not possible. You can only say faster. So the turtle walks slowly, the rabbit is faster. Rabbit runs faster.
Sorry, they fast and quickly. It's same means, no?
Yeah. Very much like we say start or begin.
Yeah.
End or finish. Sometimes there are exceptions where you only use one, or by ear you prefer to use one. I like to think of, if you're doing your work, you're cleaning, you might do that quickly. Fast, I think more of velocidad.
Velocità, okay.
For running, the car, driving. And especially when we get into negative, too fast. Don't drive too quickly, don't drive too fast. The same, but I like too fast.
Yeah, faster is more specific for velocity.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Quick could be, you speak so quickly. But you could say, you speak too fast for me. Could you not speak so quickly? All right, so these next words here are our exception words. Well, they're not exception. The rule is if the base is one syllable, quick, loud, slow, then you have the choice of using ly, more slowly, or you can just say slower. We're gonna see examples down below, but I could say, I can't hear you. Could you speak louder? Or I could ask, could you speak more loudly? So I have both options. If I use the ly, I'm going to have to also use more. Okay. More loudly, more quickly, more slowly. Or less quickly. Could you speak less quickly? Could you speak more slowly? Same idea. Could you speak quicker? Could you speak slower? Here, I cannot say less. Could you speak more slowly? Could you speak slower? Could you speak less quickly? Could you speak quicker? You can't do less for here.
No.
I mean, to have it mean the opposite. Anyway, just remember that less is the other direction than er. Slower is less in velocidad. All right, carefully, careful, two-syllable word, graceful, accurate,
accurately.
So here, to make the comparison, we use more. More carefully, more gracefully, more accurately.
Accurately.
Mm-hmm. And well changes to better.
Better.
All right, so you're asking for advice, which means somebody is going to tell you you should. Am I working fast enough? What is enough?
Enough is abbastanza.
Bastante, sufficiente.
Is
in a quantity that will satisfy my boss.
In nice quantity, yeah. In right quantity.
So the manager is looking at how much is done and how much is not done. And he says,
Actually, you
Actually.
should work faster.
Okay. Actually, actual, actually, there's an adverb right there. Actualmente,
Actualmente.
which also means de verdad or
Yeah,
truth.
actualmente.
All right, you should, so we're giving our opinion, or in this case, it's more mandatory for the job. You should work faster. So we don't have fastly, we don't have more fastly, no. So we already know that the work needs to be done more because we have the ER for faster.
But for the boss, always isn't enough.
Of course, they get more profit if you have
Yeah.
more production.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next side. Here we have the
Painting
adjective carefully. So
and
it's got the, we're not going to be able to use ER here.
carefully.
So the little girl is asking her mom, look what you did on the wall.
Yeah.
See?
Make
All
a
right, you were
mess.
asking the other day, what do you call that? This is a hand print.
Print.
So
Hand
the
print.
same thing when we were doing the subway walking, the footprint. This
Yeah.
is handprint.
Yeah.
All right, am I painting carefully enough? Asks the little girl.
Okay. Actually, you should paint more carefully.
Okay. So more because we want that result, but you have to be careful, right? Do it carefully. All right, I'm gonna have you take a look at these next ones. I'm gonna pause because I need to use the bathroom. So just take a moment, and then when I come back, you'll have the idea of them.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so our first example, am I typing quickly enough?
And actually, and you should type faster.
Don't change the adverb. Do you want to use the word quick
Oh,
or
quick.
quickly.
Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. Sorry. And you should type and quicker.
Mhm.
Quicker.
So we have two options. You should type quicker, or you should type more
Quick.
quickly.
Okay.
So number two.
And okay. Actually, you should dance more gracefully.
Good. More gracefully. Am I speaking loud enough?
And actually, and you should speak and louder.
Okay. You could say more loudly, but I don't hear that very frequently. It's just so much easier to use ER. So generally, people are going to say type quicker um, and speak louder. All right. Am I driving slowly enough? She's asking, the
Okay.
student is asking the teacher.
Actually, and you should drive more slowly
Okay. More slowly or slower, both are
or
good.
slower. Yeah.
All right. Am I translating accurately enough?
Yeah. Actually, you translate
Should
and
translate.
should, yeah, you should translate uh, uh, very accurately.
More accurately.
More accurately.
Okay. Am I playing well enough?
And actually, you should play very better,
Just better.
just better.
You should play better.
Okay,
Now they don't, yeah, here, right here. You should just play better.
better. Okay.
So they're showing you you could use quicker or more quickly, louder or more loudly, and slower or more slowly. It's really up to you, but you could hear both. They're both common enough. All right, continuing with should. One of the now in this example here, notice they have the parentheses around the ly. We don't always use the ly so much. This is an example of where language has changed. He doesn't speak loud. Instead of he doesn't speak loudly. So it's an I prefer loudly because I'm a teacher, but the public has begun to favor loud and louder. And I think what we're going to see, maybe more for your son than for us, is that many of the adjectives are going to become the adverb. The adverb will drop the ly, and then the adjective will be used the same as an adverb. Oh, maybe in 40, 50 years, we won't be teaching adverbs anymore, except for the exceptional ones, like sometimes. All
Yeah.
right. So we have loudly changes to louder.
Louder.
Neatly changes to neater.
Quickly,
Quickly changes to
quicker.
quicker.
Slowly, slower.
Good.
And softly, softer.
Okay. And then the larger, longer words, carefully, more carefully, Politely,
politely.
more
Politely,
polite.
what is polite? Polite.
Cortez,
Okay. Yeah,
educated.
polite, no? Is
Mhm.
okay. More politely,
Mhm.
early, earlier, late, later, well, better.
So late and later, we use all the time. I will talk to you later. We never think about it as being an adverb because it's so common. We use it in reference to time. The early makes sense because you have the ly and it follows that same rule of change the y to I, add er. So if I use this as an adjective, not an adverb, I could say I need to take an early bus to go into the city. And somebody could say, oh, we have a bus at 6 o'clock. Oh, no. I need it earlier. I need an earlier bus. So it could be the adjective or the adverb.
Yeah.
I need a later bus. I will come home later. All right. Well, changing to better is not too difficult because it's instead of good going to better,
Yeah.
it's well goes to better. And remember, if we're using bad, then we're going to use worse.
But
Peor. Peore?
peggiore.
Peggiore. Oh, yes, from pejorative. Okay. Okay, now the goal in this page is somebody is in the wrong direction, and we are going to push them in the other direction. So if they are working too slowly, we are going to tell them they should work faster. So we're going to use the opposite adjective, opposite adverb, excuse me. So in our example, Bob speaks very quickly. Nobody can understand.
No, you are
So
right.
you're right.
You
He should try to speak slower or more slowly. I would probably prefer more slowly here because the emphasis with should, I think I want to hear more. And remember the paper of adjectives, the file that I sent last night, maybe you got it, where I have the arrows. So this would be slow and this would be quick. Slowly, slower, quickly, quicker. The same idea. If you speak too slowly, you should speak quicker. If you speak too quickly, you should speak more slowly. So either direction, you want to go in the opposite direction. All right, Tim, I'll keep this example up for a moment. Tim types very slowly. That's not good for the job.
Okay, you are right. He should try to type slower.
But he already types very
No.
slowly. That is the problem.
No, slower, quickly,
Okay.
very quickly.
So he should type quicker or more quickly.
Quicker or more quicker.
Not
Sorry,
very.
I confuse them more or very. Okay.
It happens because they both push
Yeah.
in the direction. I do understand. All right, Carol here skates very carelessly.
You are right. She should try to skate and very
More
more careless.
What's the opposite of careless?
Oh my God, I don't remember. Sorry. I can't help. Is
So less,
more
menos, we want full, careful.
careful. Yeah.
So she should try to skate more carefully,
Careful.
more
More
carefully.
carefully. More carefully.
So carefully, more carefully. So what we're having here is the adverb and the comparative adverb.
Yeah.
And then we're using the opposite. So if something is careful, then the opposite is careless.
Yeah, but I don't remember now. I forget the opposite.
And that's fine. That's one reason I explain it,
Okay.
because in the past I would forget and then nobody understood what we are doing. All right, how about Howard? He speaks very softly.
And you are right. He should try to speak and softly is quicker.
Mm, what does soft do when we use it for speaking?
Hard.
It's the
Hard.
volume.
Oh, okay. He speaks very hard.
So hard would be for material. So the opposite of soft for music, for speaking is loud.
Loud.
So
Loud.
he should
Yeah.
he should try to speak.
He should try to speak and very
No very. We're not using very.
louder.
We're using comparative.
Louder.
Louder. All right. So you have two options. You could say louder, or you could say more loudly.
I don't understand because I confuse more and very. I today I don't.
That's okay.
Always. Okay. And Brenda, you are right. She should try plays air or radio and
so this would be the opposite of number 3. He speaks softly, and he should speak louder.
Is very softly.
So she should speak. No, we're not using very. She should play her radio softer.
Softler.
Or she should play her radio more softly.
More soft. I don't know. Today the tragedy for day is very
Well, it's not over. We're gonna find out this week. All right, so we forgot to do the things in the middle. So Linda goes to bed very late.
Oh, sorry, I was okay. Linda go very late. Okay, and you are right. She should try to go to bed and earlier.
Earlier. Only option.
Okay.
So good. We don't say more early. Now, late is the other exception. We talked about fast doesn't change to fastly. Hard doesn't change to hardly. The same thing. Late, if you change it to lately, it means a different thing. Lately is like saying recently, recientemente.
Okay.
So lately I have been going to bed later. Recently I've been going to bed later. All right, let's look at Richard. He speaks to his parents.
He's
Oh,
up,
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Jimmy
Okay.
gets up very early.
You are right. He should try to get up and later.
Later. Yeah, especially on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah,
Let the parents stay
yeah.
asleep. All right, they dress very sloppily.
What is a sloppy?
Well, if you look here at the clothes, we would say they look like they wore the same clothes for 1 week. They didn't wash the
Okay.
clothes.
Yeah, okay, okay.
So disorderly or not organized.
Okay. Okay. And you are right. They should try to sloppier dress. I don't.
They should try. All right, so let's look at what is the word sloppy since it means not organized. Um, the short preferred word for the opposite is neat.
Neat.
So we use neat. So they should try to dress neater or more neatly.
Okay.
I really need to make a separate class for all the adverbs. It's something I have not done,
Okay.
but we'd probably do that when I get back home or maybe next week. But I think next week we'll be
Okay.
driving for 3 days. All right,
Okay.
Brenda plays
Brenda.
her radio very loudly, very
Okay.
loudly. So that's too much volume.
You are right. She should try to play a radio and software.
Softer, good. Or we could say more softly.
Software. Okay.
She should play more softly. Richard speaks to his parents very impolitely.
Okay, and you're right. He should try to speak to his parents
Or to
and
them. Mhm.
or to them. And mm,
So the
the
opposite of
opposite
impolitely is
impolitely is
politely.
oh
So
is
he should try to speak to them more politely.
oh yeah, it's impolite. The opposite is politely. Yes, I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
believe it. Yeah,
they introduced this new word which
yeah.
talks about opposite.
No.
This another synonym for this word would be
Yeah, but
rudely,
I don't. I
rudosamente.
yeah. This is easy. I don't know. I don't know why I mistake.
Well, they do that with intent,
Yeah.
which means when you see on an exam, you have to be careful. All right, our next door neighbor drives very badly.
Badly. Okay, and you're right. He should try to drive and
What's the opposite of bad? Let's start with that.
and better.
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 Yeah.
Better.
So we change bad to good, and then we change good to better. All right, this is good for you. You might want to put this in a notebook, but you hear these. When you agree with somebody in
You
your
are
opinion,
you are
they ask,
right.
you're
Yeah,
right, that's right,
that's right. That's
that's
true.
true,
I know. I agree. I agree with you.
I don't like I know. To me, I know if you do the voice wrong, it has a negative impact. If somebody says to you, come on, we gotta go. It's almost 3 o'clock. I know. Like, don't tell me. No
Yeah.
no me digas.
Yeah, it's same in Italian, the expression. Yeah, is strong, I know.
All right, so they used all the examples below here. Louder
Louder
becomes
or
more
more
loudly, neater
neater,
more neatly, quicker more
more
quickly,
quickly,
slower more slowly,
slowly, softer, more
and softer more.
softly.
So all the one syllable words: soft, neat, quick, slow, and loud. All those. All right, I actually have to use the bathroom again. I'm gonna let you read this, and then so you read it over first. Then when I come back, we'll do pronunciation.
Okay.
Ah, all right. So
Okay.
trying harder. Go ahead and read to me. I'll listen.
Okay. Michael's boss talked with him today. In general, she doesn't think Michael is doing very well on the job. He has to do better. According to Michael's boss, he types too slowly. He should type faster. In addition, he filed too carelessly. He should file more carefully. Furthermore, he speaks on the telephone too quickly. He should speak slower. Michael wants to do well on the job, and he knows now that he has to try a little harder.
Okay. So harder, we do say ER, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it was good pronunciation. Talked.
Talk.
All right, so we just have to remember certain things like the K sound. We're going to put a T next to it.
Yeah.
Now, furthermore, what does that mean?
Furthermore,
Do you say además?
in Italian is nonostante.
Inoltre.
Inoltre. Is inoltre is in addition, additional, inoltre.
Right. In addition or additionally. Yeah. Okay. All right. Stella's director.
Stella's director talked with her today. In general, he doesn't think Stella is doing very well in his play. She has to do better. According to Stella's director, she speaks too softly. She should speak louder. In addition, she works too slowly. She should work faster. Furthermore, she dances too awkwardly.
Right.
She should dance more gracefully. Stella wants to do well in the play, and she knows now that she has to try a little harder.
Okay, so from the story, if she should dance more gracefully, we know that awkwardly is the opposite.
Awkwardly, yeah.
In Spanish, I know it's torpezadamente or torpemente.
In Italia is goffamente.
Goffamente, that's probably where we got goof from the word. Okay. All right, Billy's teacher.
Okay. Billy's teacher talked with him today. In general, she doesn't think Billy's doing very well in school. He has to do better. According to Billy's teacher, he arrives at school too late. He should arrive earlier. In addition, he dresses too sloppily.
Okay.
He should dress more neatly.
Now we see it used. Okay.
Furthermore, he speaks too impolitely. He should speak more politely. Politely. Impolitely. Bill wants to do well in school, and he knows now that he has to try a little harder.
Very good. All right. You did well. Your reading's good. Let's take a look at our list here and let's make sure we know all the opposites. So quickly, the opposite is slowly.
I read this for my homework.
So carefully.
Yeah. Carefully. Carefully is careless.
Carelessly.
Yes. Loudly is softly. Politely is impolitely,
Okay. The other word you could use would be rudely.
rudely, yes. And badly is better.
Mm,
Badly,
the opposite would be good.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I actually, I'm sorry, it's well. Oh, I can't believe I just did that.
Okay.
Did I do well on the exam or did I do badly? Badly is like also saying poorly,
Okay.
pobremente.
Sloppily is a name.
Sloppily is going to generally be for how we dress, how we work, or how we speak.
Yeah. What is neatly? What I don't remember.
Neatly.
Neatly. Okay.
Yep.
Outwardly and oh my God,
No,
I
that's
read
okay. They
I read
use
now.
gracefully here.
Yeah, grateful. Yeah, gracefully. Yeah. Okay. Earlier is later,
Yes, good.
and faster is quicker. Quicker.
Opposite.
Faster, veloce, lento, slower.
Slower.
Yeah.
All right. I think, oh yeah, we're not gonna, we could do some in the workbook, but not here, because this is a whole nother lesson. So let's take a look here. All right.
Okay.
You want to do a page?
I need before found this is the other book.
Yeah, well, you know what? For this page, you could do right here.
Okay.
All right, I think Barbara is a
Barbara is
terrible
terrible
dancer.
dancer. What do you
What do you
think?
think?
I agree. She dances terribly. Terribly.
So blah, blee.
Yeah.
So here's the X. Terribly,
Terribly.
terribly, dancer dances.
Dances. Okay.
All right.
And he certainly is. He translates very accurately.
Accurately. Very good. Okay.
And I agree. She swims very gracefully.
Okay.
And yes, he is. He paints very badly.
No, no. Oh, yeah. You're agreeing. I'm sorry.
He paints very badly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, she worked very carefully. Carefully. I think it is a play. I agree. He plays cards very dishonestly.
Okay. Dishonestly.
Dishonestly. You are right. He skis very carelessly.
Okay. That works.
And I agree. She eats very slowly.
Okay.
And yes, he, no, okay, this is the question. Is Robert a very fast runner?
Yeah, or just is he a fast runner? No, just is he a fast runner?
A fast runner, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have to use.
No, because I number 8, I say very slow. Okay, I copy. Okay, I think Ron is a beautiful skater.
Okay.
Is Margaret a hard worker?
Yes.
I think Frank is a good baker.
Ah, they didn't catch you on it. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. All right, I'm glad we did that. So look over this page again. Look over the adverbs and what is good for you this week, Thursday or Friday? Friday is fine for me.
Okay, and I don't know if I'm busy on Thursday. For now,
Let's
I prefer
plan on Friday.
Friday. Okay, it's good for you. Same hour?
6 o'clock works.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that, especially during the summer. It seems to be good.
Okay. Thank you. Good luck for tomorrow. You stay.
Yes.
Yeah, very well.
I will not sleep on this side tonight.
You listen me. Put the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good
Take care.
night.